The classic of mountains and seas. Mountains Classic. The Western Mountains. Part 2.
Kunlun Shan, the Lord of Heaven's second earthly capital, lay 400 li west of Haijiangshan. It was home to many strange animals, one of which was the Tulu. Definitely not one of the mole crickets, as the lu of its name implies. If you sought a goat with 2 pairs of horns, talons on its front feet, and a terrible disposition, you would find it in this vicious killing machine. Any human or animal this beast attacked would die on the spot, none spared. Piles of bones marked its passage across mountain slopes. Another of Kunlun Shan's denizens was a bird that injected poison into its prey. The size of a mandarin duck, but with an articulated body like a wasp. The Kainyuan had large wings that projected the illusion of far greater size. Any bird or animal it attacked, including one as large and ferocious as Kunlun Shan's Tulu, died within seconds of being stung. Even flowers and weeds were not exempt from the Kainyuan's deadly poison. A mere few drops made them wither and die. The undersized predator was a more formidable hunter than the Tulu, despite or perhaps because of its association with the Lord of Heaven. Kunlun Shan's plethora of uniquely savage creatures defied expectations. It was a forbidding mountain. Ushan, known as Jade Mountain, 1,300 li west of Kunlun Shan, was the home of Zai Wangmu, Queen Mother of the West. A spectacularly arresting, some would say mesmerizing, creature. Not the actual beautiful woman of legend. This Queen Mother, while possessing the upper form of a woman, had a leopard's tail, a tiger's fangs behind seductive lips, and the howl of a wild animal. Her tangled hair was held in place by jade ornaments, charged with arranging calamities, pestilences, and punishments among earthlings. She functioned like an ominous constellation, while not manifestly unattractive. The non-traditional, almost feral beauty of this daunting creature exuded an inauspicious aura, owing to the dreadful events under her charge. In late stories, King Mu, 5th ruler of the Zhou, visited Ziwangmue and enjoyed an intimate encounter. But if he had seen her like this, he would not likely have chosen to dally with her. It assuredly would have proved disastrous. The Zhao, a creature that brought good tidings wherever it roamed on Jade Mountain alongside Queen Mother of the West, was a large canine with spots on the fringes of a thick coat, sleek as a racing hound. It had long, backward-pointing horns. Despite its loud and menacing bark, bountiful harvests throughout the country followed the rare appearance of a Zhao, which was why it was considered by those who worked the land to be a great, if rare, symbol of prosperity. Baidi Xiaohao, a figure associated with one of the ancient kings of legend, was thought to have lived on Changlu Shan, nearly 1,000 li west of Jade Mountain. All the wild creatures that inhabited this remarkable mountain shared a visible characteristic: florid bodily designs. The animals sported decorative tails. The birds had patterned heads. And even the jade taken out of the ground had markings that made it especially desirable and valuable. The aura of Baidi Xiaohao's bejeweled attire and long flowing braided hair typified the physical beauty of peaceful Changlu Shan. One of the oddest creatures imaginable lived on mythical Tian Shan, a peak that shared the name of a famous peak in present-day Xinjiang. Dijiang, also known as the Huanduan, a chaotic state in which it existed, was headless and faceless, an amorphous leathery sac in appearance, but one with 6 legs, each ending in 3 nailed toes, and 4 fiery red wings. Despite its hideous appearance, Dijiang could dance and sing, and might well have been the god of dance and song. Zhuangzi once related this parable. Shu was ruler of the south. Hu was ruler of the north. And Huanduan was ruler of the center. Shu and Hu often met in Huanduan's land, where they received royal treatment. When they desired to repay his generosity, they thought that, since Huanduan had no features, they should create them by drilling 7 facial openings: eyes, ears, nostrils, mouth, 1 each day, into its body. They finished their work on the 7th day, and on that day Huanduan died. Baron Yiwang Shan, nearly 400 li west of Tian Shan, had rich lodes of gold and jade. Its rocky ledges were traversed by an odd creature called the Huan, a one-eyed, 3-tailed feline that was said to be a superb mimic. It was reputed by some to have the ability to imitate the calls of 100 animals, while other sources claim that it roamed its territory repeating the same call. Duobai, duobai, meaning I mimic 100 sounds, day in and day out. No definitive evidence has ever been found to substantiate claims that this truly remarkable creature possessed the power to ward off demons and evil spirits, and that eating its flesh was a cure for jaundice. No use was found for the tails. 4 mountain ranges comprise the total of the Western Mountains. The third range stretched from Chongwu Shan all the way to Yiwang Shan, a total of 6,744 li, with 23 mountain peaks. All the immortal animals on these mountains, male and female, were goat-like creatures with scowling faces. Worshippers of these legendary beasts were required to bury a lucky piece of patterned jade in the ground and make offerings of shinitsa rice. Ancient peoples burned offerings to heavenly deities, sending them skyward in puffs of smoke. If they celebrated earthly or mountain deities, they buried their offerings in the ground. The same logic applied to river deities, whose offerings were flung into the water. Far back in the remote past, Gangshan rose skyward in the southwest corner of present-day Tianshui City in Gansu Province. It was home to an odd humanoid called Shenkai, which some have mistakenly proclaimed to be a local mountain spirit. It was, in reality, a fetching simian creature with a human face and an animal's torso. It had only 1 arm and 1 leg, on opposite sides of an upright body. Its cry, hardly more than a sigh or a moan, was like a sad commentary on its deformed body. Rain stopped falling as it moved from tree to tree, a power that may have compensated for the absence of symmetrical limbs. Its passage through the forest canopy was lopsided and perilous. 850 li due west of Gangshan lived an equine that spread good tidings from its home on Songshan. The majestic bow had a pure white body, a pitch-black tail, and a single horn that pointed skyward from the bridge of its nose. Its teeth and front hooves resembled the fangs and claws of a tiger, though less pronounced. Possessing a drumbeat call, this domesticated creature protected human riders from the terrors of war, partly because it fed not on vegetarian fare, but on tigers and leopards, as it carried its rider through the dense woods of Songshan. Even the most powerful predators kept their distance. On one of Duke Huan of Qi's hunting trips, according to legend, he encountered a fierce tiger. Expecting the worst, he was amazed to see the menacing animal drop to the ground instead of pouncing. Why did it do that? He asked his minister, Guanzhong, and was told that his mount was not a typical horse but a bow, before which other animals bowed down. Sightings of this revered animal continued even as late as the Song dynasty. Neoshu Tunkshu Shan stood 480 li west of Songshan. An unusual fish proliferated in the Lan River, which originated on the western slope of the mountain. Endowed with an avian head, the rupee produced pearls like an oyster. Its shape was that of an overturned skillet, but one with scales and a tail. Behind the captivating head of a bird, it had the discordant call of crashing rocks, a sound that evoked mystery and charm. What truly made the rupee otherworldly was not merely its natural ability to produce pearls, but the ease with which it scattered them in the water from its beak as it swam. It was an inedible fish, owing probably to the nascent jewels that dotted its flesh.
Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate all your support. If you like my content, don't forget to subscribe, comment, like, and share this video. Thanks you so much.